Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio, the frequency. Man, special guest in the building. Super excited today. The one, the only, Sk8star is in the building, man. How we feeling today?
Feeling great, man.
I go out for the plane delays, right? You came off the plane.
Yeah.
Very, very fresh.
Very fresh.
Very fresh.
Actually, I jumped off the plane in the Spider. I got to the hotel and jumped in this. Had to get right for the On the Radar, man. I had to come in here clean.
Oh, thank you, man.
Had to clean it up, man. You know.
How have you been like? Because like I feel like we were talking a little bit before the interview about these like type of situations where you'll be traveling from the A to here or A to somewhere else. Like the plane here, like it took off, landed in Baltimore, then had to go back up to come to New York. Like,
yeah,
and obviously you're a couple years into your career now of like having this like level of fame and notoriety and whatnot. Are you used to like dealing with all these like inconveniences yet?
Yeah, hell yeah. I low-key hate how much I'm used to it. I was thinking about it today, like we was standing outside the airport. I remember like the joy in my face when I used to see the airport. Bro, I can't fucking stand the airport now. Like I'm always in the airport. I'm always flying. Luckily, I haven't like knock on wood somewhere. I haven't
right next to you. I
haven't lost no luggage or anything yet. But like anything you could damn near experience, I didn't experience it now. But it's also like my manager be telling me it's kind of like good problems because I could be anywhere else doing anything else right now.
Absolutely.
Just my problems are my plane being delayed. It's nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like the airport thing, like you either hate the airport like after, well, there's a couple reasons why you could hate the airport after a while. One is like the shit that you deal with, where it's like the delays or whatever, losing your bags.
Yeah.
Or like you get on that one plane and the turbulence is so bad that you like, I'm never getting on
a plane again.
Never get on a plane again.
Yeah, what? I hate long plane. And recently I've been doing like my first like real like Europe runs, overseas runs. So I'm on like 12, 10-hour flights now. I try to sleep the whole way through all them shits because I don't like being on planes that long. But it's been decent. Like it hasn't been too bad. I'm getting used to like living in the air, as they say, living out of suitcase.
Yeah. How are you on like PJs? Or have you been on a lot of PJs?
I have not been on the PJ yet.
You haven't been on a PJ.
I missed when the bros went on the PJ. I was in where the fuck was I? Was I in Europe? I was in Europe when YSL went on the PJ.
And all those videos and shit, right?
Man, I was so goddamn mad I didn't get on the PJ, but my day coming. I haven't been on the PJ yet.
It's funny because like everybody like I've never been on a PJ either, but it's funny like the homies like when they go on their first PJ, like whether it's like for brand events or whatever, they always like I think I remember Speedy went on his first one, and I think it was around the time that me and Speedy had like our Amazon show, and he was like, "Yo, bro, that was like the worst like experience ever."
Really?
Because like not like it wasn't bad, but it's like you gotta realize the plane's so small, and like you're used to flying on like commercial airplanes, and it's just like it's kind of like I don't know how to explain it. It's like on big commercial airplanes, you kind of feel safe.
Oh, I can see that.
You know what I'm saying?
I can say though with the PJ I was gonna be on, it was a big ass PJ, so that might have been different. But I get what you're saying too. Like the regular, like I found out now because I'm getting a little money, but not that much money. Like it's tiers to the goddamn
the private jets, right?
Yeah, so it's like the PJ he probably was on was like it wasn't like what the other one. It's so many tiers to that shit, bro. Real money, like it's crazy.
But they tell me like when you land, right? What I've been heard is like whatever, regardless, like unless it's like like Air Drake, right? If it's just like the whatever size the PJ is, is like that you feel everything when you land. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's like I think like the thing I'm most nervous for when I eventually get on one is like that feeling. I don't know if I like that
because I already don't even like land. Like I hate pilots that do the rough landings and shit. Well, I know they can't help it, but so if you can feel it, everything when you got down,
hell no. But other than that, how you been? Everything been good?
Yeah, I've been chilling, just working. Getting ready to drop this EP next week.
Yep.
I'm getting ready to go on tour with Lucki. I think next week too, or the next 2 weeks. So I'm just gearing up for the rest of my 2026 and pushing my album that I dropped early this year as well.
Fine, man. Well, we gonna get to all that, like but this being like your first time sitting down with me and me getting to know you a little bit, and also the people who you got a couple interviews out there talking about your early childhood, but I'm gonna bring it back around a little bit just to kind of even go a little bit deeper, like you and I were talking about. At the beginning of this interview, like I want to know, like, so what was young Skate like? Like, who were you growing up?
It's so crazy because I had so many different eras, bro. Like, I had like, because if you know me now, I'm like super reserved and like I talk, but it's not like a lot. Like I really don't talk to a lot of people. But it took a lot for me to even get here because my first like, I was class clown some years. Like I still like to play a lot, but then it changed to like, I don't know. I thought I was just too cool for school type shit. Like then it turned to I just cared about girls too much. Like I don't know. Young Skate was just really like I was like very experimental as a child. If that makes sense. Like if you see me like every couple years in school, like I was just doing and trying so much shit. I think that's how I got to be how I am now. Like it's just so weird. I was into a lot of different things, and I tried a lot of different things early on, just so I know what I like, what I don't like. And I think like I really like met a lot of people that was kind of like key to what I got going on now throughout my childhood, just trying a lot of shit. So I'm grateful for just like not being scared when I was a kid. I was just like a very like experimental kid.
So you just kind of lived a bunch of different lives at this point.
For sure. A bunch of different lives.
Is there any like one moment of like your childhood? You know, you talk about like the era where you were the class clown, the era where you was only focused on girls. Is there like a favorite moment in that childhood, like a favorite era of yours that people might not know about?
Yeah, I think my favorite era might have been like my like fake skater era, like like blog era, like this like prime, I guess, when I started figuring out what clothes I like. And it's crazy. Most niggas won't believe this shit, bro. I started getting into clothes as early as like 5th grade, 4th grade, because it's like a trickle effect of how I got into everything. So I lived with my grandma in elementary school for a couple years. My mom had moved back. I think my grandma was living in Alabama that year. So I went with my grandma because my mom wanted to move. She moved back to Georgia to like get like her shit together type shit. So I think I told my mom like I ain't want to stay with my grandma no more. So like it was like after like 2 years, I moved back with my mom. But it was like with my cousins. So in my cousin's neighborhood, it was these kids that was like a little older than me, and they were just showing me shit, like a bunch of shit that I didn't know about. We'd be outside skating, playing basketball and shit, and they showed me Tyler the Creator, Yonkers. This shit came out 2011, so I was like 9 years old.
Okay.
That's when I was like, damn, this shit kind of crazy. Then he showed me like, you know, the Earl sweatshirt video, Earl, when they was like all like on drugs, like fake on drugs, like OD and shit. He showed me that. I'm like, fuck, this shit cool as fuck. And so I just started going down the rabbit hole. Like, I probably like a week later, I'm full blown like Odd Future, goddamn Wolfgang, Kill 'Em All.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm skateboarding, I'm trying to get Supreme. We can't even get no Supreme. We can't buy no Supreme, but like. I love that era of me, and that shit. I'm so happy that like that side of me went all the way to high school up until adult. Like I feel like that's my favorite part of my life, because I think that's like when I had my awakening. Like I always knew I was different as a child, but it felt great when I found a community of other people that was like, you know what I'm saying, black also and different, and just like it showed me that lane was there, and it made it even better when people like Cardi and all them started coming out, because they was right where I'm from, you know what I'm saying, like my area, and they was like all just like different from like regular shit. So I always respected like the my goats that were like black, you know what I'm saying, because they put on for like black kids, you feel me? We didn't really have that space growing up, so I'm glad that we have that now. But that was my favorite era.
Cause I think it's also like, you know, how like, you know, there's a lot of like young black like rock artists that were in the early 2000s. But like obviously, you know, a lot of the culture that kind of gets pushed by mainstream is like white culture, you know, especially in skateboarding. But like if you go to like even kind of where I'm from out here, like there was a lot of like black and Spanish kids who were skateboarding. If you go to Cali, a lot of black and Spanish kids who skateboard. But like obviously, you know, a lot of the things you see are mostly kind of like white facing creators. But then occasionally, you know, you get like your popular black skateboarder, and
that's why I love the ice cream team with Pharrell.
Ice cream.
Yeah, that's why I love when I first saw that DVD as a child too, because I was like, damn, I didn't even know like they damn near mix rap culture with skate culture. Shit was fire. Like that shit opened my eyes to a lot of shit. Like I'm glad I got to see that at an early age, because even where I'm from outside of Atlanta, where it's even smaller. So a lot of the kids there, even now we growing up, they still don't know what's outside of there. You get what I'm saying? I'm glad I got to like see online, like, damn, the world really is way bigger than what I know and what my family and my friends know.
Right.
So I kind of always do that.
And like also like, well, what part of outside of Atlanta are you from?
I'm from Macon, Georgia. It's like an hour away.
Right. And so I seen you talk about how like it wasn't like the nicest area growing up,
at all.
right? but obviously, you know, you are very much like, you know, the people talk about products of environments, but obviously you grew up and you became very different than I'm sure a lot of people like you just mentioned that you grew up around. What were kind of like, you know, I saw you say crime was bad and everything. What was your main way of like staying away from like living that life and staying out the streets and kind of like not going down the same route that a lot of people that you knew went down?
I mean, it's like damn, like you can't not get in trouble. You know, you gotta hit your head a few times. So I think that's experience is the best teacher, I feel like. So I hit my head a few times. Obviously, like it just got them. You just either gonna do it or you not. You know, I seen the path pretty early. Like, okay, you keep getting in trouble and shit, or you can goddamn, you know what I'm saying, try to dibble and dabble in this shit. Even when it came to this shit, you know what I'm saying, how we got money and how we did what we had to do at the beginning of this shit, it was still like, you know, like it's a lot of things we did that wasn't legal, but it's just like I always had the plan with my shit. It's a lot of niggas that just crash out. I ain't just like trying to crash out. My plan always was like, how can I get money out of this shit? How can I look the coolest? How can I get girls? You know what I'm saying? You can't get girls in jail. You feel me?
Fact.
Can't get no girls in jail, man. So I feel like definitely hitting my head early and then just like, honestly, bro, like every crime I did was a smart crime. You know what I'm saying? So
I like that, yeah.
You know, I ain't never really got them have to do no dumbass, you know what I'm saying? I did smart crimes, even the little shit I did do. So it's just like, that shit ain't really interesting me, I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
This shit, I'm really more about what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in it now. But I stayed out of the way, just like, really just like staying focused and moving. Like I moved pretty, not pretty early, but like when I knew what I wanted to do, I came straight to Atlanta. Quick, like ASAP. Got into that mix.
Yeah, with that mix, I know you said that there was like points in time where you feel like people in the A weren't really like fuck with you like that.
Yeah, because if you've got them no niggas from Atlanta, they big on like being from Atlanta or like,
of course,
or like just they circles and shit. So Atlanta niggas tell me all the time, like it ain't easy for like a making nigga to just get in how I got in, but I feel like I'm just so like I'm undeniable. I was gonna get in regardless, and I kind of like understood like I ain't just no country bunking ass nigga. Like I'm a player. Like, I understand. I understood how to like get in these rooms and like get people to understand. All I needed was people to like my music. I could, you know what I'm saying. Once you like my music, I don't really gotta say much else because the music gonna speak for itself. So I just knew like how to do just enough for like, all right, play your music, bro, and I play my music. And these niggas they're like, damn, where you from? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I just knew how to play. It's like a science with this shit. I can't even explain it, bro. Like, I had this shit broken down to a science, how I was gonna get in, how I was gonna get everybody to know me. Mm-hmm. I was running around Atlanta just doing like all these cheap ass underground shows. Like, I was doing a lot of shit for this, bro. Like,
I was gonna say, what was like the science of it? Like,
the science was just like, boom, man. This was like the early 2020s method, like COVID methods. It's just like, boom, this underground show probably gonna have this semi-poppin' underground guy. You know what I'm saying? You already look cool. Go in here, go work one. You get, all right, you already know this group of people right here. Be with them because they gonna get you over here. Boom, boom, boom. It's just like you gotta just know your ones. Like, all right, like I told you, I do smart crimes. You know what I'm saying? Smart so it's crime, like you might get some money with a nigga over here. Yeah, it got nothing to do with no music, but you get money with him right here might contribute to when y'all do music down the line. Like, it's just a lot of Atlanta hacks and cheat codes you just gotta know for real.
Was there like one particular kind of you talk about going to these underground shows and being around other artists and this and that. Was there like one particular who was like the first artist that you remember from Atlanta that like really embraced you? And I'm not talking about like big. I'm just talking about like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who was the first person that really kind of like embraced you and was like, okay, cool, like I fuck with you?
I'm trying to think like who really like who you would know. I was around.
I mean, it doesn't matter if I know. I just I just want to know who it was. I'm sure the people, it's more for the people too. You know what I'm saying?
Embrace me. I don't know. I don't think shit really started getting embraced until I got around all my ØWay bros. Like,
okay,
you feel me? Like, and just like the earlier aspects of it too. But I've been around a lot of underground people, like niggas earlier. It's like, bro, I was at Hard Rock first. It was like 14 of us, 20 niggas in there. Like, I've been doing hard rock for so long. Barrel One Boss, like we been in the
Shout out
shows
Boss,
where
yeah.
it's like nobody there. We our own crowd down there. You feel me? Like I've been around this shit for a while, but like the first time like I can remember, just like being embraced. Like all right, this is what we pushing was just like all of them. When I got to meeting all of them guys and just shit just started going from there, for real. But I've been around everybody like from the jump though. Like everybody, I probably done bump hands, bump shoulders with a few times, like way before we all got any type of money.
Right.
That's how Atlanta is, for real, for real.
Right. Kind of like a little cliquish in like certain ways too.
Super cliquish, yeah.
Super cliquish.
Especially with a niche scene like the underground scene, you gotta like stick together. So, especially then, because you don't never know who really gonna make it out of the underground or who gonna make it out of that little area. Because everybody trying to do it. Everybody already trying to rap in Atlanta.
Yeah.
On top of that, but then this underground shit coming, so it's just like. You gotta just really like, and I knew but if you different, it's like them real ones, real recognize real.
For
so
sure.
like the real ones, I always kind of like, just it's like when you see somebody else that's on what you on, you kind of like just pick up on it instantly. So it wasn't as hard as it sounds, honestly, for me.
Right.
But it just like I said, it was a real science to it. You gotta just stick to that science.
I also feel like underground ain't that underground no more too. Like I remember who did I saw posted. I think I saw the shout out Jake from UGS. He like posted like 'cause you know like Zave did the Airbnb shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, at what point is the underground not underground anymore?
Yeah.
We doing Airbnb, which is fire by the way. The Airbnb
Fire.
is fire, but like
Super fire.
At like what point is like do we start being like, well, underground's not really underground no more?
I think I saw Carson just say underground is more like a community or like. It's not really like it's niggas doing like 4 to 5K cap rooms and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not underground. It's that's what he said. It's major artists that can't even do 2K cap rooms and shit. You feel me? So like
Facts.
it's underground. I think it's just more of like some people try to treat it like a genre. It's not a genre, bro. It was like it's like a level. It used to be just a level, but now it's like it's becoming to more like a niche, like I don't know, community, but. The underground I knew, like when I was a kid, what underground was like Fat Man Key, 21 Savage down there was, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like a level though, like, and it was, I don't know, it's definitely completely different than what it was, but I like it because it is becoming more of a mainstream thing. I am trying to like move into more of a mainstream space, but I always love like what's considered underground. I grew up on this shit, and I got all my success through this shit, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Even Ken, you talk about Ken. Ken got the WWE collab right now,
Exactly.
right? Which is that's like the most like furthest thing from what the word underground is. It's amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's
but
amazing.
Ken Carson hasn't been underground. I don't know how long.
Yeah,
like,
in a while.
in a while it can be. Like I ain't gonna lie, and that's one. I don't even know how many. I don't know if I ever said this, but that's one of my like good friends too. He give me a lot of advice. Like
really,
yeah, hell yeah. When I pull up on him. And I just see like how his shit is and like what he got going on and what he tell me is like, and he far from mainstream, man. He doing major artist shit, you know.
Yeah. I was about to say, what is that relationship like? Because you know, like you did mention it. Like, is he kind of just like I would say I don't know. I don't think mentor is like kind of the right word, but like, is he kind of like as someone who has reached the levels of success that he has, but you guys are within similar age ranges? How has he kind of like, I guess, helped you navigate through certain moments of like your career?
He helped. He does help though, cause I ain't gonna lie. He really be telling me, even with shit where I kind of like, I might not even go too deep into the topic. I might just like say like some shit. I feel like, I don't know. I might feel like try about something or I don't like something. He like, man, you can't even stress about this to him because you used to be broke and now you get money. Now you getting this. Like you damn near. I'm telling you from my point of view, you making it. Like people see you like, you know what I'm saying. He just. Like he does definitely help like uplift and let you understand like when you in a good position and just about certain situations I might ask him about just like deals or just like goddamn how you went about I'm going to my first big tour, how you went about it, how you do the tour and how you go about this, like just certain little things like just putting together an album. Or I think I definitely asked him a lot about the road because I know the opium guys, they definitely beat the road up, you know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
I definitely think I asked a lot about just like how to maneuver on the road and shit. But he definitely dropped some gems on you and like give you some game for sure. Shout out Ken.
Shout out
he
Ken,
a real
man.
nigga. Overly a
yeah,
real
I
nigga.
got the WWE collab especially. Whenever an artist does that shit, I'm like, I don't know how y'all did. Like when because he's joined up with the likes of like Bad Bunny or like Travis. Like not a lot of people get WWE collabs.
They don't.
So for him to get that is incredible.
But you know, he really does have a big fan base. And
Yeah, for sure.
one thing I appreciate about Ken and that I'm trying to do my own is his branding is really good. Like, yeah, he's opium, but Ken Carson also has like a really good branding. Like he got, you know, his logos, you know, he got a really good, always has great merch, always has great rollouts. Like he has a great brand. And that's something I feel like just as any artist should strive for, because you got to be like a reflection of what you got going on. Your brand has to be a reflection of you. And I feel like you got to paint that picture like very nice. Like you got to make sure the world knows like what you got them pushing. You feel me? That's brand is everything. I think that's like everything with an artist. Like they got to know your brand.
Yeah.
What you put and what you push.
And I think like even his ability to step in where for Youngboy at Rolling Loud and kind of seeing that what that show ended up turning out like for him and watching his stage presence and all that. Because, you know, it's like, you know, Cardi is like kind of like the main focus of that weekend. And obviously Ken is, like you said, his own thing, but he's opium.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, okay, like you're going to have another opium artist be the headliner.
Yeah.
How's that going to work if we already kind of got that the night before with Cardi? And I think that he did a really good job of like going on that stage and being like, and showing people like, yeah, I'm opium, I'm under Cardi, da-da-da-da-da, but like I'm
my own shit.
But I'm Ken Carson, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah,
And it's not easy to do that.
At all.
Especially when you're under somebody. So I respect that. Shout out him.
Yeah, no, that's real. But kind of going into like, you know, we were talking about like you know, underground and like even kind of like your Odd Future upbringing and something that, and shout out Arshawn, because I saw you had spoke about this with Arshawn on KTO.
Shout out
You spoke about a lot about your love for Odd Future and like kind of boom bap rap. Specifically Pro Era as well too.
Beast Coast.
Huh?
I know about the Beast Coast.
Oh, Beast Coast, you know what I'm saying?
Flatbush, all that shit.
Flatbush Zombies, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy Juice. But like for that, how? Because, you know, that's kind of definitely a generation before you, you know, or at least a couple years before you really, you know, started coming around.
I was a kid.
You were a kid, right?
Yeah.
So like, for one, I was like, oh, the older heads watching these interviews are going to love that, right? Because, like, you know, I think that they assume that a lot of people who are within that underground or ØWay space, like, don't care about that type of rap, right? But for you, what was, like, you know, you kind of talked about Odd Future, but, like, in terms of Beast Coast and Flatbush Zombies and Pro Era and, like, boom bap rap, what was kind of, like, your upbringing there? Like, did you put yourself onto it? Did like, the older people around you put you on? Like, how did that kind of come around for you?
Okay, so... At first, I'm going to say about ØWay. ØWay is probably the only group of young niggas that actually do, like, really, really, really appreciate hip-hop. Like, all of us have random weird stories about parents or whoever. Like, everybody there really appreciates hip-hop. But I think my story started from, it goes back as far as, like, one of my aunties, right, she, I used to watch old, like, 90s shows with her. Like Martin, all type of shit. But my favorite old 90s sitcom is Family Matters. I don't know why. I used to love that fucking show. So she burned like the whole series on CDs for me. Like shout out my auntie Sk8star. She got the whole series for me. And I was just watching Family Matters and shit. I just maybe shit from there. I remember this one song, you know who Tracy Spencer is?
Yep, of course.
How the song? Tender Kisses.
Okay.
Tender Kisses. I love that song. I love that song. I always want to sample it, but it's just so beautiful. I might leave it alone.
Yeah, good luck getting that cleared.
But yeah, it's crazy when you doing that.
Yeah, good luck.
I think it started there, and then I just started, and I loved. Maybe when I got to middle school, I had like my 90s era. Like my mom would tell you, I just wanted to. I was like watching. I loved Tupac. I had a high top fade. Briefly, I was trying to buy like vintage like sweaters and shit, like how they wore in the sports teams.
You said like when you were in high school?
No, I was in middle school. It's like I told you I got into clothes early, but we couldn't afford a lot. So like I think me getting into like 90s culture was great because it was cheap. You can go to a Goodwill or something to find like an old like sweater or some shit.
Like a starter jacket, yep. For sure.
Yeah, so I really loved that. And my mom would just tell me about like songs I would ask her about. So I don't know. I think I kind of put myself on, but it came from just like the shit I was just seeing around, and I started just deep diving on the internet. So I was into MF Doom, but even deeper than that, I found out about the group MF Doom was in, KMD. It's a song called What a Nigga Know. Like I was deep into that shit, bro. Like I was watching all the movies. Like I don't know, I think I really put myself on to that. But then I got into the Odd Future, and I saw Oldie, and I was fucking with when the whole group was freestyling and shit. I think it was called OD. Yeah, I was just fucking with their bars and shit. I liked the rap style, and I started finding out about Joey Badass, Haji Beats, goddamn Left Brain, all them niggas, bro. Like, I think I just really liked the culture, cause like I said, down here is like Atlanta culture. So I was like, damn, this shit kind of cool. They don't sound nothing like this, and I just thought it was cool. Like, but most people I know my age went through that same like phase. Because you even like if you see Cardi older, like first few songs, he was on some like currency shit. You feel me? So I think that was like what underground was, and it just transformed into like your Uzis and you know what I'm saying. But before that, it was like your currencies, you got them, all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying. Even like ASAP, all of them, like that was like a variation of like just a bunch of shit I was into around that time. Everybody was into, honestly, and like it was hand in hand with the fashion. It's like you just wanted to be in the know. That's what was going on. Like that was the future. Yeah. So I was just tapped in early. I was watching all the Peter Rosenberg interviews, the Sway interviews. Like, I'm trying to figure out the whole thing at that time period. So I think I just put myself on just being like an internet kid at some point.
Yeah. I feel like that's right. It's funny that you mentioned even like Sway and Peter Rosenberg, because I feel like, again, like the kind of like the stigma, well, it's not a stigma. I wouldn't say it's a stigma. I say it's just like the assumption that like that generation, I'm not even just saying that specifically, but that generation has on like you guys, and even if they don't know you, is like their assumption would be like, oh, you guys don't know.
Yeah, nothing about nothing.
About nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just like,
that's true.
I mean, it's the same thing that they said about Uzi.
Exactly.
You remember? Like,
when he wouldn't be here in 10 years or some shit.
Yeah. And obviously Uzi is Uzi
today. Big as hell.
But I think that's. Would you ever be able to even like? I'm not saying you would do this now, because obviously your music style is your music style now. Yeah. But like, is there even like a boom bap record out there from like your childhood that you had made maybe somewhere?
Nah, no? I think everything that I ever tried from that era was before I even understood or could afford a recording setup. Okay. So it's like written somewhere. Oh, actually, it might be in my mom's phone somewhere. I like recorded on some stupid ass software back then, or it's somewhere in my mom's phone. But like, I definitely got a couple freestyles and shit somewhere stashed away. Somewhere. But nothing like recorded on a track though. But I think one day, who knows? Maybe I might try it.
Yeah.
But I feel like I think the older I get now is like, I don't know. Like I feel like it's ways you put that into like the newer sounds. Like I'm very, very big on Slime and Pluto, obviously. But like I feel like they know how to like they're actually very, very, very lyrical if you know what they're talking about. Very lyrical. And like Rick Ross to me, he like, I feel like I do a lot of swag rapping, but I feel like Rick Ross is one of the like kings of swag rap, because like he can really describe to you this rich nigga life he living, but he breaking it down piece by piece by piece by piece, and it's not like just gibberish. He's not just saying nothing. He's saying a whole lot, and I feel like that's I think that's what the more the way I'm going. Even like Lil Wayne and shit like that. Like, it's ways you can be like very lyrical, but like also very stylish with it. That's why I think that's why I really, really love Future, because like he's super lyrical, but it's like he's also super duper duper like swaggy with it. You feel me?
Yeah, and I think, you know what, like even like down the line in the future, like I do see like a lot of those blog era guys can like, I just think that they haven't had the opportunity to get on the type of music that y'all make now. You know, but I think like a lot of the guys from Flatbush Zombie can keep up. Yeah, especially like Zombie Juice. You know, or I think like Ferg. I mean, even if you listen to like the Sight tape that like Ferg and Denzel made, like a lot of those things can like also kind of like correlate to some of the music that you guys make in terms of production value. And I think that like it just takes like that one person to like
make the worlds collide.
Exactly, make the worlds collide.
Even right now, bro. Like I just saw Quavo and Teaser's song. It's like beautiful to see, and like even the songs I got with Thug, it's like you can hear the worlds combining, bro. It's so fire, and I love that the OGs are like even in that thinking space of doing that, because I feel like that's needed for rap right now. I feel like rap is in a place where it was a lot of years of the biggest rappers having egos, and rap already isn't the biggest genre. It's actually one of the smaller ones. So I feel like togetherness is like important when it comes to hip hop, bro. So I'm glad that like ØWay is like the rebirth, I feel like, of that era of hip hop, and it's like making the OGs like want to tap in and goddamn want to get in with us, and you know what I'm saying? It's just beautiful to see, cause like this is like the hip hop I grew up on. So I'm glad that like I really do feel like we are like a part of history, because we down there changing the wave again, like we changing the tide.
Right, because like ØWay to me is like Raider Clan, ASAP Mob,
Exactly.
you know, Flatbush, Pro Era.
Mhm.
It's just like another hip hop clique of people that is like, you know, it's 2026.
Yeah, and I think it's like I saw T's tweet the other day, like we the new ØWay YSLs,
I'm so glad you said that, because that's actually something I wrote down. So yeah, so go ahead.
And I'm a big. I forgot to say that I was a big Young Money, Cash Money fan. Like when Young Money, when Birdman gave Lil Wayne his label, and he started signing like Lil Twist, Lil Chucky, all them. Like, bro, I was literally like yay high, but like I thought that shit was so cool. So like, and I feel like we doing it again with Slime, just like on a bigger level though. Like, but I do feel like it's kind of in that realm, because I do think we're even and Slime tells us this shit all the time. I think ØWay is, I think we the next 10 years of rap, bro. For real. Like I think we are gonna be the new mainstream. We're gonna be the new faces of hip hop, trap music, whatever you want to call it. It's always Atlanta. It's been Atlanta as the face for a while now. So I feel like we just the next ones up. Right. And I think everybody tapping in and giving us advice so we don't do what they did is how I know for a fact we're going to win and be like the biggest thing for the next 10 years. Because like every mistake the OGs made, they literally telling us like, yeah, when y'all get to this point, don't do that. When you get here, don't do that. Y'all do this. Don't do that. Don't do what I did. And just like even with the YMC, the Young Money shit, like I think it's like way, obviously they had Drake, Nicki. It's hard to find a Drake and a Nicki, but I think it's so much talent this time around. Even with like ASAP and shit. It was a lot of niggas you knew in ASAP, but it was only a couple that really like, you know what I'm saying, went off. I think with ØWay, it's gonna be a few of us that really like, a lot of us that really take it like superstar level.
Yeah, I agree with what Teaser tweeted. Like, I think like it's not like, I think, you know, people online will take it like, oh, they trying to say that like, you know, maybe Teaser's trying to say he Drake or Wayne or whatever. But like, I think it's more just in the line of what we're talking about, where it's like rap cliques. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they were the biggest.
It was the biggest.
They was the biggest rap clique, you know, like one of the biggest rap cliques in hip hop history. So like, I feel like it makes sense to want to compare yourself or say, oh, we're gonna do what they did, and you know, we'll do it our way. And
at
like,
that time, they had this shit on lock. I feel like right now we got this shit on lock.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what's going on. Like, he ain't say nothing wrong, because that's what's bigger than ØWay right now.
Right.
I feel like we changed the tide, and we're going to continue to keep doing that shit. So it's like, he ain't say nothing wrong, man. We got that. We doing what we doing.
I forgot what it was. I think I seen, like, obviously there was that big ØWay show recently, and I had seen online that someone was like, oh, who says ØWay can't sell tickets? And I was like, was that like a thing online where people like, because I was trying to figure it out. Like, I was like, were people actually like saying online that ØWay can't do like shows or do big ticketed things like that? I'm like, because that sounds nuts to even like think that, especially after this past year too.
I think maybe it was. I don't see everything online, but
me neither.
I do think it sounds like something they could have said, because they try to find certain things they can like bring us down with, shit like that.
Sure.
But I feel like what we've been doing this year, we put in a lot of work. It's like made our like shows way bigger. But we've been selling out shows. We've been doing that. I think it's just getting on a bigger scale now. Maybe that's why they was talking shit. It just wasn't on a bigger scale. But no, we all over the place. We all over the world. We just was in Europe for 2 months. Now we all about to go on tour. You know, you asked me, I think we doing pretty great. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I never seen that discourse, but I can say like we all, you know, we get money. We selling tickets.
Yeah, I feel like I seen it online somewhere. But like, you know, you see the shows, you see the Rolling Louds, you see the festivals. It's just like
we there.
Yeah, y'all there exactly. Yeah. So like, kind of going into like the whole ØWay bag, right? How did, like, you know, you mentioned a big part of you kind of getting connected in with the rest of the folks in Atlanta was around the time that, you know, you first got around all the ØWay guys. Y'all first started, you know, whatever. What is like the beginning of your time with ØWay? Were you at like the very beginning when it was coming together? Like, what was like that like?
I wasn't at the very beginning of ØWay. It's Dollar Gang. That happened when like Jesus was like in school, like a kid. I think this shit started when they was like 13. I came around. It's 2026. I probably been around for like almost 4 years now. I met Jesus and like we already like down there like knew each other, but I like met him for real when he got out of jail. Like first day he kept, if you know early Teasy kept going to jail a lot. So I met this nigga like out of one of them times he got out of jail, but I was already around like a lot of his bros and shit. So I've been ØWay before when this nigga was locked up for real. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when he got out, we just clicked up instantly. Like, he was already fucking with my game, I'm fucking with his game, like music, boom, and then like it just went from there. I met Diamond not too long after that, and then just like it was just so fire because like I remember it. We was like piss poor together, like really broke, really like doing these shows together, like figuring out where we gonna stay, doing flying places, don't know how we gonna fly back. Like we did a lot of shit together, bro. And it was quick though. As quick as that happened, as quick as it turned around, we got some money. So it's like I've been around them for a while, but they're like my real like mud brothers for real. Like we've been through a lot of shit together. So it just started like on some like just fucking with each other. Like it was a long time before I ever had a song with Jesus, ever had a song with Diamond, ever had a song with a lot of them guys. Like it was just like straight friendships for a long time. And I think it was better that way because like we really got to know each other and know that, and that's how I think we understood like, damn, we all kind of like pushing the same agenda. Right. We gotta stay together. So yeah, that's kind of how it happened for real. It was like super random, some super Atlanta shit. For real.
What do you feel like ØWay like represents to you, like beyond just being the collective?
It's the real meaning of ØWay, like standing against oppression. I got rebel tatted on my neck. Mm-hmm. I've been calling myself a rebel since I was like 16. I made that up when I was in high school. I said this in interviews before too. One of my first passions, I don't know if it was a passion, but I really wanted to be an activist when I was a kid. I think that just comes from my granddad. He used to take me to a lot of civil rights museums. I've been to the church that got bombed in Birmingham, the Four Girls. I've been to museums. I've been to a lot of like fucking like museums just in Alabama and Georgia and shit. Just like I know my history. You know what I'm saying? One thing my granddad made sure of with all of his grandkids was that we knew our history. And a lot of my cousins and my brothers and shit, they didn't really like, we kids, so they like, why we here? But like I really like took a liking into that shit, bro. Like I was like, damn, like I'm asking my granddad, like, yeah, I mean he ain't that old, but I'm like, damn, y'all really had like colored water fountains and bathrooms. It just like intrigued me when he told me that, because I'm like, I just can't imagine a world where I can't do what I want to do. You feel me?
Yeah.
So when he told me like be appreciative because the world wasn't always like this for your kind, I was like, damn, that shit really like it hit me as a kid. I swear to God, that shit hit me so early. And I just dove into it. Like, I just dove into it, and I just always kind of like, I don't know, it just stuck with me. And I always been proud of just like my culture and shit like that. So I started calling myself that. And then when I started learning about the punk culture and stuff like that when I was in high school, I saw like the similarities. You know what I'm saying? Just like and what being a punk actually used to mean. Back then, like standing against the government, you know what I'm saying? Goddamn, that was big. That was when being gay was like shunned upon. So like a lot of punks were gay, and they would just stand up for their rights and shit like that. I just felt like a lot of it was just hand in hand. So that's why I started calling myself the rebel when I got into like just like a lot of the punk shit, too.
That's fire.
But yeah, it all just like hand in hand. But I feel like ØWay has that same message, as well. So when I heard them say that and like mean that shit, like no cameras on, none of that shit, they told me like niggas telling me this, like just this, what this shit stand for. I'm like, damn, that's like real as fuck, because a lot of young niggas ain't even on that. But my bros, like we really on some shit. We really for our people. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple African bros, you know, like Peasy and shit. Like I like learning about his culture. Like I don't know, I feel like everybody around stand for something, like really stand for something.
Right.
And that's like honorable to me. That's respectful to me. That's respectable.
I was gonna say, like, in that same breath, because like obviously you're shining a lot of light on like what ØWay is to you and what it is to the guys, and kind of like culturally what it is. Like, what do you feel like people like online assume about ØWay? Like, what do they misunderstand about like the collective that you like seen online and like what it is?
Yeah, I feel like I just think we just like a bunch of like fucking dumbass like crash out at niggas, or we just like want to be like, bro. Man, like T, we was in Miami like a week or two ago, and we was talking. We was at Slime Crib. Me and T was talking, It was just like smoking and shit. Just talk. He like, yeah, man. How many niggas you know pull their own seat up to the table? Like we pulled our own seat up to the table. We, ain't, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the misconception is just like we just like didn't do what we did. You know, who do you know brought their group to the forefront like this? You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people think we're not as smart as we are, or they think we're not in it for the right reasons, or you know what I'm saying? I think I want people to know they made the right people famous. You know what I'm saying? Or like they making the right people famous. Like we really do our homework. We all hip hop heads. We all big on our culture, big on our people. You know what I'm saying? I just told my manager the other day, like, make sure, hold me to it. Next year, or maybe even this year, I want to go home and do a turkey drive. You know, do a toy drive for the kids. Like, I'm thinking about shit like that all the time. We thinking about shit like that all the time. Like, the biggest misconception is I think they think we just like surface level humans, and that's not what it is at all.
That's beautiful. I love that. How many people are in ØWay?
I don't even know.
Okay.
This shit get deep, man. This shit like the mob. It's a lot of niggas in ØWay, but
yeah,
pretty much who you know for real. And I can shine light on more that's coming up, but it's a lot of people in ØWay for real, for real. Shout out the whole ØWay.
Who's coming up that you would shine light on?
Shawty Rock.
Shawty Rock.
Shawty
Okay,
Rock.
yep.
Definitely Shawty Rock. EATJ, Lil Righteous. It's a lot of niggas at ØWay, bro. Shout out the whole ØWay, man. I really don't want to forget no names, but it's so many. Shout out the whole ØWay.
For sure. You know, it's funny because like I've kind of like in these interviews when I got to sit down with like Teezus and Diamond for 2 seconds at Rolling Loud, or when I sat down with Saint, I always kind of like ask them the same thing. You kind of touched upon it a little already, but I asked them like what has been like Thug's like, you know, best advice to them, and you kind of touched on a little bit on like how the previous generation has told you what not to do different than them, right?
Yeah.
So I think what have been some of the things that Thug has told you not to do that he might have done, or like, you know, advice or things of that nature?
He told us so much shit, cause you know Slime really just like Thug go on rants like of just talking, but he be like dropping gems the whole time he talking though, so you gotta just pick the gems up. But I remember cause I just left his crib like I want to say a week and a half ago, was working on Slime Language. But the first night we got there, it was like late as fuck. But he was just talking to us. We probably got there like 2 a.m. We talked all the way to like 6, 7 a.m. And I remember one thing he was just telling us was like, he was like, man, whatever these niggas saying about y'all online or they talking about y'all, like, don't even feed into that shit. Don't even worry about nothing negative. Don't even speak on it, cause like, when you speak on it, it just like turning into like they like don't even speak on it. Y'all positive, you getting money. Everybody got their eyes on y'all. Like he just told us like stay together and like stay honorable, stay respectful. Like we winning. He like, what can you be mad about? Truly, like if you really look at your life right now, what can you be mad about? Don't let no nigga trick you off the streets, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like real OG shit. Like don't let no nigga just talk and trick you off the streets. You get money. Like what the hell you gonna let a nigga just saying shit get you in jail for or fuck up your career? Just real nigga shit for real, and so much more shit. But like that stuck with me. That's like the most recent thing that stuck with me. Just like y'all stay happy. Like we y'all so happy right now. Y'all so joyful. Just stay happy. And then like he also keep the hunger in us, cause I told him some shit like I told him like, yeah, we in our rookie year. So he like, but no, the hell y'all ain't. I like why you say that? He was like, y'all more so like in y'all, you know how when you're in college you do your one and done, go to the draft?
Yeah.
So he was like, y'all either in y'all freshman year or like in y'all last year in school and y'all about to go to the draft. Cause he was like, rookies got like millions and millions and millions of dollars and they got to figure out how to deal with it. It's like y'all got to get to like that point where y'all the hottest commodity, and y'all are, but like on the higher level. So he was like, he feel like we about to really step into our rookie year like next year. Basically like when the whole world got their eyes on you, and you got to do it again. That's your rookie year. So he just also keep us humble too, like with just knowing like it's way more to go.
Right. So, and so I'm assuming all that unreleased Thug that you got with him.
Yeah.
Not the EP, but probably the album.
Probably the album.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of shit that's going on Slime Language, and then whatever don't go on Slime Language.
Okay, so the most likely be some you and Thug on Slime Language.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah. And I probably guarantee it's gonna be some me and the Slime on Slime Language 3. Yeah, we got some crazy shit. And it's so funny because, bro, it's like, if anybody know me, you know it's like my real deal favorite rapper. Like, if I ever had to say I had like somebody I looked up to, it's Thug. So like when I rap with Thug, I still be like a fan, you know what I'm saying, or like a kid.
Yeah.
I'd be dead ass like when I watch him record. I'd be like taking notes. I ask him shit because it'd be so crazy to me to see him like record like that. And he had to tell me one day like, I got like 10, 15 years of this experience. Like I can't really tell you how to catch up to me. You gotta live life. You know what I'm saying? Like he just be telling me real shit. But I do love like watching him record, making music with him and shit. He critique music, tell me what he feel like my best bag is, what I'm good at, you know, and shit like that. So definitely expect some me and Thug music on the way. We got a few of them. We got a lot of bangers.
Hell yeah.
It's fire.
I think, it's crazy too, because I was like watching your first On the Radar earlier today, and it's even like, and that came out in March of 2025, and it's even so crazy. Like, do you look at moments like that too? Because like even like your swag is different from that last year. You could tell you got some more money now.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But like, do you even like look at moments like that, and you kind of like, do you ever have those like self-reflective moments now in the midst of all the chaos of like, wow, like this is really my life a year ago, but this like now I'm doing this. This.
I try to live in the moment as much as possible. Sometimes I do overlook a lot of my like milestones, but like that was one of them that I look back on because I remember verbatim like not having that much money when I came and did that, where I was staying at, how I was even getting to that hotel, like
right.
And I'm like, damn, a lot really can change in a year, bro. Like, and people, it sounds cliche and people don't believe that sometimes, but a lot can really change in a year.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely try. Cause sometimes I think I move too fast. I start like not feel like I don't feel human enough, or I don't feel it. Like sometimes you just gotta like, you gotta bask in the moment for real. I'm getting better at it. I don't know if I'm doing it all the way correct at the moment, but I think I am getting better at just like sitting down and just like, damn, like you weren't able to do this before. Like be grateful and be happy about it. Just smile about this today, even if your day bad. Like just be happy that it's not the situation that it was a year ago. I'm not as good. I'm getting better with it because I am like, it's hard for me to really like look at it that way sometimes, but I'm getting better at goddamn, like just like enjoying the moment I'm in for sure.
Right. Do you feel like, and that kind of leads into my next thing, do you feel like with the whole rollout of Designer Junkie and that whole moment for you, do you feel like you got to enjoy that properly?
Yeah and no. Yes, because like it was a long time coming, and I'm glad I finally got it out, and I'm glad I also had like a great single run going into that album. I feel like I had the whole underground eyes on me when I dropped it, but no, in the sense of I feel like I could have pushed it more. I could have did more videos for it, and that just come down to me just like overthinking a lot of things. I think I overthought a lot of things on that album just because I really wanted that to really do what, and it did do what I needed it to do for me, but I just like. I was just like psyching myself out for that album, bro. Like, I think that might have been a time where I should have like enjoyed this shit a lot more than I did. I think I was like overthinking it, overanalyzing a lot around that time. But I really, really, really appreciate that era, and I'm really happy and proud of that album.
But what do you feel like you were overanalyzing?
Just like how I dropped 20 tracks. I don't feel like I probably could have deducted that just a little bit. Like I was trying to prove a big point to everybody. Around that time, I might have overanalyzed just like what version of skate they wanted, and I don't even give a fuck honestly, because I'm always push what I want to push to the world. But I think I was just thinking about a lot of things that didn't matter around that time for real. Looking back on it, just not. I was having a lot of fun, but I was just trying to like be too calculated. You feel me? It happens.
You overthought it too much.
Yeah, for sure, it happened. I'm just trying to like. It's my first go round at this shit, so I'm just trying to like make sure they appreciate it. And I don't know. I feel like a lot of shit be surface level or like minuscule to the fans of like what they really gonna see. This type of what you think the fans gonna see and hear, they don't hear that shit or see it. You feel me? So it just like it opened my mind up to a lot of shit.
Right. Well, I know you said the name Designer Junkie came from a bar that one of the boys used. Who? And it was funny because when I was watching your interview, you didn't say who was.
It was Dior.
It was Dior.
Dior said it in the song.
Okay.
Dior said it in the song. I can't remember when. It had to be like 2 or 3 years ago. But I tweeted the shit right after that. And then they helped me. And I lost that Twitter and some more shit. I got a whole new Twitter. And but the few fans I had around that time, I think like one or two blogs, like Sam and Days, maybe some shit like that. Overlooked too. Shout out Overlooked. They was like keeping it alive. Like, Sk8star got to drop Designer Junkie. But that whole time, I just felt like, man, I don't have what it takes to put together an album how I would. So I I just didn't drop that shit for like 2-3 years because I move how I want to move, and it wasn't how I wanted it to be at that time. So it just the fans and the blogs pushed it for me. I think over the years, and as I got bigger and got more fans, the new fans would go back and like obviously go do their research and see what they missed out on. And okay, they were like, oh, what is Design Junkie? That's what we pushing. Where at it? And it just went like that. But I got it from Dior though.
Fire. Do you feel with hyping up an album for 2 to 3 years, right? Do you feel like because that's a lot to live up to in your mind and in their mind? Do you feel like it lived up to that in your mind and in their mind? The album?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm still gaining a lot of people respect these days, but I do think that album. Like, 03 Greedo just told me, like...
Yeah, shout out Greedo.
Yeah, shout out Greedo. He just told him, like, you in your bag. Like, I know you a hit maker just off of that album. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that show... Even if you... I know some people say, like, oh... And it's probably the kids. When they get a little older, they'll understand it more. They say, like, it's boring or generic. But if you really listen, I'm talking about a whole lot. A whole lot. Yeah. And even Slime just was talking about that in Miami, like... He was telling me it's probably some songs that I didn't understand when I was a little younger, but he was like, I bet you'll understand them now. And I could point them out to him like, I didn't get this when I was 14. When I turned 17, 18, I went through a couple breakups, this and that. I overly understood this song. So I feel like a few kids might go back. And even now, I see them saying it. When they go back to Design Junkie, you live a little bit of life, you really understand what I was trying to accomplish with that. Because I could have went like, based off my singles, like Too Sexy and Shawty Rock and shit like that. But I wanted people to see like my bag, and that my bag really get deep. And I know how to talk. I know how to make a real structured song. I just wanted to show people that like I have that ability. And I do understand how that could like throw people like off a little bit, because that might not have been what you was expecting from me. But like I've always said, I feel like I'm a real deal like musician. Like I was never gonna shy away from that. So I feel like if I didn't puff my chest out and do that on Designer Junkie, I was being like a fraud to myself, because I know the type of music I listen to and what I like and what I want to be remembered as an artist. So like, it was a leap of faith, I could say. It could have went very left, but it didn't. I'm on tour with Lucki right now because of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I did a lot of other great things because of that album. I think a lot of my success comes strictly off of that album. So that shit, I did the right thing in my eyes.
How do you know? You've already kind of talked about how Richie, the DM and Richie becoming a part of the executive producer on the project. Also, of course, like No Saint, being a big part of the project. How do you feel like on this album, Richie and or No Saint, it could be both. Yeah. How do you feel like they pushed you to kind of like get out of your bag, or maybe try to like push you to do something that maybe you didn't want to do, but then it paid off at the end?
Okay, I'm gonna start with No Saint first. Me and No Saint go back years, like years and years and years. No Saint has a lot of my like hit songs, I guess you could say, but it's because he has his like signature sound, and that shit always just like make me get into a darker bag for some reason. Like No Saint just bring a different side of me out, but it's crazy. It's not even from like me and No Saint started talking. We always talked, but like more and more late after Designer Junkie. Like I flew No Saint to Atlanta. We played basketball, all type of shit. Like that's when we started talking about music. His beat selection and his just like the way he made beats just always naturally pulled me out of my comfort zone without us even really saying much. We always text and shit though. But Richie was more of like he's older. He done got a couple plaques and shit, you know what I'm saying? So he like Skate, I hear this. You got mainstream appeal, you got like superstar appeal, but you don't know what that is yet. And so he kind of like walked me into like, but he also told me I'm also like very musically inclined to the point where I directed him in a few ways on this album too. I was very hands-on with this album, with all my beats. But I can't say Richie is like, he gave like that OG ear and just told him like, trust me, like you gonna want to do this just so people know you can do it, and they'll just get you in other bags and shit like that. It was just more like conversations and our homework, just showing me a bunch of songs, and we'd deep dive into older music and just sit back and talk about what I really want to sound like and shit, and a lot of practice too. So that's all it was for real. Just them just being themselves, honestly. Them two guys who just really like have their own swag.
I love that. And so like you said, like this album obviously led you into like the success that you have right now, including touring with Lucki, right? So like what is the relationship between like you and Lucki, and then how did he ask you to be on the tour? Like how did that end up happening?
I remember one day I was actually in New York. I was at dinner with my label, and somebody just tapped me. They was like, "Look at Lucki's story," and he was just on Instagram playing No Ops. Well, he posted No Ops, like the screenshot of the video. He just kept playing it. And he started playing more music, and then like I got a couple buddies that be around Lucki, and they was like, "Yeah, you know Lucki, I always playing your shit too."
For real? That's fire.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Why the fuck nobody told me this? So I DM'd them like. And then, like, I was hearing rumors that I might be considered for the tour, yada, yada, yada. And then they just told him, like, yeah, you going on the road with him. So I texted him. I'm like, they told me I'm going on tour with you, twin. Thank you. And he sent me, like, 2 voice messages. He was like, I want you to know, I go on tour with nobody. Like, the tour already sold out. But I see something in you, and I feel like you can perform. So I just really want you to be there. Like, I asked for you. He's like, I want you to know, like, this wasn't no label put together shit. Like, I personally asked for you. So that's just how it started. It wasn't even no like prior real conversations before that. He just fucked with the campaign and told them folks he wanted Sk8star on his tour. But after that, we talked a little more, and then we had a one-off show in London. Was it in June or July? I can't remember, but was it July? July, beginning of July. We had a one-off in London, and I met him. We chopped it up a little bit and shit. He just a genuine guy, bro, and he understands that you need that helping hand, help get you into that next level. And I just overly appreciate him for even putting me in this position because I know this tour going to do a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to do it. Like he said, it was already sold out. So I appreciate Lucki a lot for just putting me on the road with him, man. It's going to I never been on a tour really at all. So this is my first go at it. And for it to be this big for my first tour, this shit crazy. I can't wait.
That's fire, bro. I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
With that, like with the tour coming up and us getting ready to drop The Beautiful Rebellion, right? Out August 12th, so it's either out now or it's gonna be out by the time you see this.
Yeah.
Talk to me about The Beautiful Rebellion, because like you said, this is kind of like a prelude into like the actual project. How is this like a natural next step from Designer Junkie and then into the album that we're gonna eventually be getting?
It's a natural next step from Designer Junkie because it's like a little more fun. It's like a little more. It's a little less thought out. And it's like a few snippets that I previewed over the past 3 or 4 months that I damn near wasn't even gonna do nothing with them. But my fans just like, bro, are you stupid? Are you crazy? Why are these songs not out? And I just like, damn, I don't know. Like, let me put them on like a tape or something, like a little EP. And I got a few on with Pierre that's going crazy online right now.
Amazing.
Snippets and shit. So I just felt like I dropped in February, and I haven't been speaking too much. So I'm like, I want to feed my fans a little bit and give them a little more than a single. So that's all it is for real. It's like it's definitely like up to par with Designer Junkie though. Still, like the songs are very, very great. They could have all been album songs, but I feel like I'm just treating this EP kind of like a mini album, giving them some really, really, really great songs. And the album after the gala, I just want a little more time with that and to figure out which way I want to go with it. So I think this just also gives me and my fans a little bit of breathing room, But I do think these songs like really, really good. And they're going to love them. And I also wanted to give them something before I hit the road, before I go on tour. Just like something, just like something new. Because I know they've been playing Designer Junkie for like a little while now. So I just want to give them some new swag to just like fuck with.
Something you can perform on tour too.
Yeah. It's definitely a few on there I can perform on tour and shit. I was definitely thinking about like, damn, I probably need like a couple new performance songs going into this shit. But I also put like I doubled down on the slower vibes, on the melodic shit too. Right. I'm telling you now, like I got a lot of the turn shit, but I doubled down on some of the melodic shit and some of the newer melodic sounds. Just it's one on there that Pierre did. It's super duper vibey, bro. Like mainstream feel, and Thug love that shit. Like he love that song. That's his favorite song. And I hope they love it too. It's called Calling.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Calling. But I tried a few different things this time around. Just also keeping my same like pat and swag on there too. So I think they'll really love it.
Fire. But you said the album needs a little bit more time in like the kitchen.
Yeah, because I just want to figure out which way I want to go production wise and shit like that. Like me and Pierre been super locked in, but I want him on there. I want a couple more people on there. I just recently met TM88 in Atlanta.
Oh, that's fire.
Hopefully we get a few things in. I just want to leave room to like really like grow. You know what I'm saying? And just show my growth. And I'm on the road, obviously, so I'm busy as fuck right now. So I want to work on the album and shit. Just like, give myself some breathing room to really like feed my fans the right way. And I feel like Designer Jacket is gonna be so appreciated over the next few years. I just don't want to rush the next album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that. But you recently also got to walk in your first runway.
Yeah.
In Paris, right?
Yes,
I know
sir.
fashion is like a big thing for you. You were talking about like when you were 10, you were buying clothes and whatnot. When it comes to like fashion, right? First of all, what was like your first Paris Fashion Week like? Be able to like walk in that runway.
Bro, it was crazy. I got emotional. Like I don't even get that emotional at my performances. But I got emotional. It might have been like the music. Even the brand, shout out Basil 1199. We came up together. Like we've been friends since they started the brand, since I damn near started rapping. So I've been pushing the brand, and they've been pushing the music, and we just both leveled up. And so that was one thing I was emotional about. But it was surreal for real. Like just pulling up, getting the makeup done, the hair done, getting fitted. It just that's like a dream of mine. I didn't know if I ever would get to live that dream so early, but it was very, 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 very fun. It was very cool, and I got to do it with a few of my brothers as well. So that shit was crazy, bro.
I was about to say, like, what would you say is like your fashion sense right now? Like, obviously, it kind of gives like rock star, but like,
yeah.
What do you kind of like? What brands are you kind of like into, and what are you kind of like looking for when you go shopping now?
Yeah, I'm like right now these days I'm like feeling very European, or like some days I'm feeling Italian. It just depends on my Gucci swag. But I'm like, we fucking up the Gucci right now. Like if it's anything I could say that I'm a hype beast on, it's the new Dem the Gucci.
Okay.
I'm loving these are Dior right here. These are Dior from like 07. I love Dior. These Dior jeans. Balmain. The Carne, I love Balmain. This is Saint Laurent from like 2014. I'm just like into like a lot of that European swag, a lot of that Haiti-ish adjacent type swag. I'm into a lot of different like clothing, I guess you could say. Like I got like memes of me and shit, of me like peacoats and shit. Like I just be trying shit, bro. I don't know. Like I like to try to be diverse with it. And like I've been like in the gym this year trying to do more of that just so I can fit the clothes even better.
That's fine.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely try to do my homework on my clothes and just like be deep into that bag as well. Just because it's a lot of opportunity in that world too. So I definitely do my homework and I indulge in a lot of fashion. I spend a lot of money on clothes.
I can imagine.
Spend a lot of money on clothes, bro.
I'll show you some pieces that I got today too, because I had to go shopping for my brother. But I'll show you that after. But the one thing I want to ask you is like, what's like a fashion trend that like we got to get rid of?
Overly like I'm not a fan of the bedazzled shit that's going on right now. That's not cool, bro. That's not cool. I don't like. What else I don't like? I don't like a few things, bro. But it's not. I'm not even a hater to the like. If you like it, you like it. You feel me? I'm not even gonna say too many things because I don't want nobody to think I'm just like I hate my manager clothes. I hate if you. Yeah. Go on at Lil Woe Instagram. I hate all of them fits, bro. Like, oh my god. But the bedazzle shit is like what gotta go though. That's just the biggest one.
I thought people was kind of capping because like over the past couple years, I've had like some like minorly bedazzled shirts, but people were talking about like these crazy bedazzled jeans.
Yeah, no, the minor shit is like I got a couple like bro, this like I like sequins.
Slightly. Yeah,
but I like sequins, so it's like little different.
No, but like I thought people was capping about like the crazy bedazzled jeans.
Niggas.
I went outside, I seen one of them. I said, hold on.
They tripping, bro. Like
I was like, that's crazy.
You don't want to wear that. Like you don't want to wear that, bro. I hated that era when niggas was wearing bulletproof vest outside.
Oh
like,
my god,
I don't know what the fuck that was about. Like it's a few bad trends that happen every year. Every few years. You know what I'm saying? But it just come with the territory. Everybody got that bad era. You just gotta learn from it, move on. But for the most part, I don't even want to say too many trends are bad because at the end of the day, if you like it, wear it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get in your way.
Right.
I ain't nobody.
Well, before we get out of here, the last thing I want to do is I want you to pull out your phone, right? I want you to open up your letterbox, right? And yeah. I want to hear like what was like the last movie you went on Letterboxd and reviewed.
Oh, I can tell you that. I went and reviewed Obsession because
okay.
Yeah, they had put it on Peacock like a week or two ago, and I made a Peacock account so I can watch Obsession.
And what did you think about Obsession?
I liked it. It was pretty cool.
Okay.
It was they were saying it was like one of the top scary movies in the last 10 years. I don't know about all that. Like it wasn't that scary, but it was like it was like eerie. Like it definitely like make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up and shit like that. It was a great movie. I liked it, and it was cool. I just went and saw Spider-Man yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday. I didn't do my review yet, but it's on the way.
Okay. Well, if you did your letterbox, because it'll be up by the time people see this. I also saw Spider-Man last Friday.
Okay.
If you did your letterbox review right now, what would it be?
On Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I would give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
Maybe I'll give it a 5. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed myself. I thought it was gonna be a little more like action, but I like
more action.
It was
mad action in that movie.
Nah, it was a lot of action. I ain't gonna lie. I actually don't have no complaints about that movie. I like the storyline. Yeah. I think Tom Holland. I seen some people saying that Tom Holland might be the best Spider-Man after this one. I might agree. He's definitely up there. Mm-hmm. I think he did a great job this movie. Yeah, I really have no complaints. I like the storyline. I like the plot. I love the action scenes. Zendaya was good in that shit too.
Yep, great.
I like the Hulk being in there and shit. Spoiler if you ain't seen it, my bad.
It was on all the posters, bro. It's
okay,
fine. Yeah, it's on all the posters. It's fine.
Yeah, I fuck with it. It was a good Spider-Man. It was a good movie. A good movie. I want to go see the Odyssey next. I just rewatched Percy Jackson a few days ago. I heard it's like based off of Percy Jackson, like that world type shit.
No, the Odyssey is based off of just like Greek mythology.
Okay. Yeah, That's why it's probably why somebody said that, because Percy Jackson is Greek mythology.
They fake kind of like did some points of the Odyssey in Percy Jackson. I think like with like the Cyclops and shit. But the Odyssey is like one of like the oldest stories.
Oh yeah, it is.
And like that's like written in human history, something like that. Yeah.
I'm not too up to on game with the Odyssey, but I want to get into it. And I like Christopher Nolan. Like he's a good director, so I want to watch the Odyssey and see what that's about. But I got a couple reviews. I got a couple updated reviews I got to put on my letterbox. You know, I take that very serious. My movie reviews, man. You know, this because you know, movies is where I draw a lot of inspiration, bro. Like, one of my earlier mixtapes called Rebel in the Room is inspired by a Greg Arike film called Nowhere. And Greg Arike was a big LGBTQ director. He like a lot of his films were like pushing like the agenda for that, because in the 80s, you know, it was a lot of people that wasn't really big on the LGBTQ. Yeah. So he got a few movies just like really. He got all the actors. I think they were like a lot of the storylines were like kind of like queerish type things. But the cover I took was like from this blue room that they had in one of the movies, and it's just like a lot of, some of the weirdest movies you find some of the best inspiration. Long story short, my favorite movie is Trainspotting. So if you know about that movie, it's fucking weird as fuck. So
I was gonna say, like, what type of film junkie are you?
I'm really into a lot of different things, bro. I don't know, like, what's that movie I just watched? It's a Shia LaBeouf movie. Fuck. It's about his neighbor being a serial killer.
Disturbia.
Yeah, Disturbia. Like, bro, I don't know. Like, it's just a lot of things. It kind of all the same genre, but like I like go all over the place. Like some days I'm really into scary shit. Some days I'm into like, I don't know, like white boy shit. Some days I'm into like the old black movies. Like, I don't know. It just I'm really a movie head. I like to watch a lot of movies and shows when I can. I'm on the road a lot, so I binge watch a lot of shows and shit. And movies, just to like make the time go by. But I also find that movies are kind of like a time machine. You know, we'll never get that time back. It'll never look like the
that
19.
again.
Yeah, never look like that again. So I like to watch them, just like pull from it or like learn from it, because you won't see it again. You know, so I'm like a film junkie for almost every genre. I'm not like I'm not too much into like the gory shit. Like it's levels to scary I go, but other than that, I damn near watch anything.
Facts. I felt that. I feel that. Well, real last question before we get up out of here, right? Mm-hmm. Right. You said Thug's your favorite artist of all time, right?
Yeah.
What's like your top 5 Thug songs?
Oh, you put me on the spot like that.
Yeah, I got to, man. I feel like that's a good way to go out.
For sure. I'm gonna do a couple unreleased, if you know.
Okay.
Like leaks, but I no order too, because it's gonna be
no order.
I'm gonna put. I'm gonna put Hercules in there.
Okay, that's one.
I'm gonna put it's this one unreleased song he got called "To Me" / Everybody.
Okay.
Super crazy.
2.
I love Just How It Is.
It's a good one.
King Troop.
Okay. One more.
I shouldn't even said King Troop. It's so many more, bro.
I know it's hard to do 5, but yeah.
I'll say one of the more intimate ones, like some shit I was on season 3, like Hey I. Or Worth It or something like that. Like I tell him all the time, like that's a bag that like a lot of niggas can't get into. That's a beautiful bag. Beautiful Thugger Girls, just everything.
Yeah, facts.
Jeffrey, everything. Like he just got so many bags.
Wyclef Jean as a
Wyclef Jean, bro. Like I wanted to say that. It's just so many of them. And TM produced that.
Oh, TM did produce that.
Yeah.
No, I feel like you did a solid like 5, 6 right there. It is hard. It is hard. That's why I had to ask. You know what I'm saying?
Him and Pluto. It's a lot, that bag get deep with them. Like it's a lot of gems.
Yeah, for sure. Well, look, man, it was great chatting with you today.
You too, brother.
Look, The Beautiful Rebellion, August 12th. It's out right now. Go stream it. Designer Junkie out now. Go stream that.
Go stream it.
Anything else you want to let the people know before we get out of here?
We got this shit going on, man. Album, EP on the way. New album on the way.
There you go.
We just added, I think, one more San Francisco date on the tour and one more. There's one other date, but go buy the tickets to that. Me and Lucki on the road. Yeah, man, we doing ØWay.
There you go, man. Well, look, Sk8star on the radar, The Frequency. Go check out everything that's out now. Go check out the new EP. Till next time, love is free, support is free. But y'all already knew that. On the radar, Frequency, we out. Boom.
Let's do it.